What we got? 220 what?
229. Gonzalez was 94 pitches through 6. We just going batter to batter at that point for the 7th and hoping to get him through.
He wouldn't let me go get him. Yeah, it was. He only had. I thought he had 2 innings where he really had to exert himself more than usual. But Miguel, it was one of those nights we had to feel for the split. About the 3rd inning, picked up a good feel for it. With that many left-hand hitters in lineup, 8? A lot of them switch you better. That's why Miguel's had some good luck against teams that are predominantly left-handed.
What was the biggest difference tonight between him here and in Tampa? I know he struggled with some command, had a lot of walks against the Rays, but I
think that was it. This is a patient team, too. He established, Jonesy got 2 runs forced in the first inning, one with the home run and one he saved a run out there with a good play. So, sometimes you need a good defense early on to kind of get a guy going a little bit. It's very confident and makes pitchers confident when they know there's better to come if they can get through that little area there. Getting a feel for the game. So, obviously Miggy was the difference today.
But was it a tough decision though to keep Miguel out there for the 7th? Or?
I didn't think so. Now I don't. It was kind of tougher not putting him out there for the 8th. But there'll come a time. I talked about his off season. I don't think I've ever. He's probably done as much to be durable since the season ended last year as anybody you could ask of a player. So, I think he's maintained his stuff there. He's got a goal to pitch 200 innings this year. He's working on an extra day too, and could conceivably next time out.
What you always stress defense by your pitcher. Zach Britton made 2 particularly good plays. And what
was better, his players or Pierce's? Go stand over there with a guy getting ready to take your arm off about that far away. A lot of first basemen bail on that play. And that's a hard play. You kind of guess at where the ball is and kind of semi-stab at it. But that was, in order to run that shift there, you've got to have a pitcher that can do what Zach did. And I'm not sure 2 years ago if he could have made those 2 plays.
So I was just going to ask you, have you really seen him in the last couple years?
He and Brian, too. They've really, it doesn't help having a guy like weigh in. They see how much impact their defensive play has on a game. But it's something that, every team stresses in spring. But, Zach really knew it was something that he could get. He's already made 2 or 3 plays this year and about 4 in spring training that he wouldn't have made a couple of years ago. You can tell he's very confident going after the ball now. A lot of time the catcher would have run him off that ball.
You guys have done really well against Sabathia here over the past few years.
Doesn't feel like it, does it?
He wasn't. You didn't destroy him, but you guys hit him fairly well. Is there a way of?
No, I thought he pitched. He was very effective. Just ran into a pitcher that pitched real well, and we had some timely hitting, and pushing across that. Caleb's triple, pushing off that across that 4th run was big, but. Pitchers as they evolve and get older, obviously to be as good as he is, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to create. He's done a great job of adding stuff to his repertoire that, there'll probably come a time when he's back up there at 94, 96 again, but he's very effective because he's so much more of a pitcher than people give him credit for. And, he's really the 2-seamer, the changeup, breaking ball. He's a complete pitcher. He gives a catcher a lot of weapons to work with. He's and obviously he's tough on left-hand hitters.
How important to you was the fact that the game was played instead of not played, with the weather being so?
I can't imagine having a better groundskeeper and ground crew than we have, and our field is, I think, the best in baseball, and it holds. And it's very playable, and the job that the organization does in that rain room every night I'm in there, it seems like a lot during the year. It's always about the fans and making sure if we start it doesn't stop, and there's a lot of things that go into it. But there's a sheet up there that goes up every day. If we get rained out, what's the makeup dates? And very seldom, and you don't look at it from a competitive standpoint. If we play, you pay the piper for doubleheaders. You pay the piper, and that's why Toronto and Tampa have had an edge over the years. They never play a home doubleheader. Think about it. These teams are covered, so we talked about makeup dates just in case, but once we saw that there really was never a true window of no rain. It just wasn't going to be hard enough to stop it. And a lot of people wouldn't, with their facility, wouldn't have been able to start that game, and the field never got sloppy. So Nicole's as good as it gets.
Buck, after a tough loss last night, how big was Adams' home run in the first inning to kind of immediately put you
Well,
out?
you have two good teams, and I include us in that. You just know it's part of it that you're going to make a run at each other, and it's how you withstand that. Jonathan made a great play, glove side. Probably a little too much in the double play depth there before with a 3-run lead, but a lot of good defensive plays there. Even though did they give D an error on that one to Sheriff? I'd like to have that guy go out there and stand and try to catch that ball, but made a great play before that, and Jonesy made a really good play. There's a lot of defensive plays. Of course, Manny, we don't ever take for granted those plays that he's making, slow roller choppers, and you better be ready to make that play with Zach out there, because he's going to get a lot of them. Okay.